We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with advertisements and societal pressure to keep up with the latest trends and fashions. We're made to believe that having more means we're successful and happy. But the reality is far from that. Overspending can have a significant impact on our mental health, causing stress, anxiety, and even depression. It can also lead to financial struggles, debt, and a bleak future. But there is hope. This video will provide you with unique, practical, and effective tips to break free from overspending and start building a brighter financial future. So sit back, take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey together. Understanding the psychology of overspending. Overspending is not just a financial issue. It's a psychological one too. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And what's more pleasurable than buying something new and shiny? It's an instant gratification that can quickly become addictive. Advertisers know this all too well. They use psychological tricks to create a sense of urgency and scarcity, making us feel like we need to buy something now before it's too late. It's a vicious cycle that can be hard to break. Overspending can also be a coping mechanism for deeper emotional issues, such as stress, anxiety, or low self-esteem. Buying something new can temporarily boost our mood and distract us from our problems. But once the high wears off, we're left with the same issues, and often with additional financial stress. Understanding the psychology of overspending is crucial for breaking the cycle. It's not just about resisting temptation. It's about identifying the root causes and finding healthier ways to address them. By reframing our mindset and building better habits, we can regain control of our spending and our lives. Tips for breaking the overspending cycle. Tip 1. Use the 30-day rule before making any purchase. This tip is all about delaying gratification and giving yourself time to think before making a purchase. Here's how it works. When you see something you want to buy, don't buy it right away. Put it on a list or in a special place and wait 30 days before making a decision. This might seem difficult at first, especially if you're used to making impulsive purchases. But the 30-day rule gives you time to consider whether you really need or want the item, and if it's worth the money you'll spend on it. During those 30 days, you might find that your desire for the item fades, or you might discover that it's not as important to you as you thought. You might even find a better deal or a more suitable alternative. Tip 2. Implement the one in, one out rule. Our second tip is all about minimizing clutter and saving money with the one in, one out rule. Here's how it works. Every time you bring a new item into your home, whether it's a piece of clothing, a gadget, or a decoration, you have to get rid of something else. This might sound harsh, but it's a powerful way to prevent clutter from taking over your space and your wallet. By following the one in, one out rule, you'll become more mindful of your purchases and less likely to accumulate unnecessary items. Plus, when you have to give something up before getting something new, you'll start to question whether you really need the new item or if it's just a passing fancy. The one in, one out rule can also help you save money in the long run. When you become more selective about what you bring into your home, you'll naturally spend less on impulse purchases and trendy items that lose their appeal quickly. By implementing the one in, one out rule, you'll not only create a more peaceful and organized living space, but also develop a healthier and more sustainable relationship with your possessions and your finances. Tip 3. Trio. Spend challenges. We'll get to that in a second. I have a favor to ask of you. If you like this video so far, please subscribe to the channel. No, spend challenge is exactly what it sounds like. A period of time during which you commit to spending no money on non-essential items. This could be a day, a week, or even a month. Now, you might be thinking, but what's the point of not spending any money? Isn't that too extreme? Well, the truth is, no. Spend challenges can be incredibly powerful for several reasons. For one, they can help you gain clarity on your spending habits and identify areas where you tend to overspend. By temporarily cutting out all non-essential expenses, you'll be forced to confront your habits and think critically about where your money is going. Plus, no, spend challenges can help you break the cycle of impulse buying and retrain your brain to focus on what truly matters. When you can't rely on shopping as a form of entertainment or stress relief, you'll start to explore other ways to find joy and fulfillment in your life. Lastly, no, spend challenges can help you save money and achieve your financial goals faster. By cutting out unnecessary expenses for a period of time, you'll free up more money to put towards debt repayment, emergency savings, or long-term investments. Tip 4, learn to say no to social pressure and advertising. Let's face it, we live in a world that's constantly telling us what we should buy, how we should look, and what we should value. From social media influencers to flashy ads on billboards, it can be hard to escape the pressure to keep up with the latest trends and gadgets. But the truth is, you don't have to buy into this narrative. You have the power to say no to social pressure and advertising and make choices that align with your values and priorities. One way to do this is to unsubscribe from marketing emails, unfollow social media accounts that promote a consumerist lifestyle, and opt out of receiving physical catalogs and flyers. Another way to say no to social pressure is to set boundaries with friends and family members who encourage you to overspend. It's okay to decline an invitation to a pricey restaurant or a shopping trip if it doesn't align with your budget or financial goals. Tip 5, use cash instead of credit cards. It's no secret that credit cards can make it easy to overspend. With just a swipe or a tap, we can purchase items without even thinking about the consequences. Using cash, on the other hand, forces us to be more intentional about our spending. When we physically see our money leaving our wallets, we're more likely to think twice before making a purchase. By using cash, we're also more likely to stick to our budgets and avoid impulse buying. When we have a limited amount of money in our wallets, we're forced to prioritize our purchases and make more conscious decisions about how we spend our money. Of course, using cash isn't always practical, especially for larger purchases or online shopping. In these cases, it's important to use credit cards responsibly and pay off the balance in full each month. But if you struggle with impulse buying or overspending, using cash can be a powerful tool to help you stay on track and build healthier financial habits. Practical strategies for saving more. Tip 1, automate your savings. Saving money can be tough, especially when you're dealing with bills, rent, and everyday expenses. But what if we told you that you could save money without even thinking about it? That's where automation comes in. By automating your savings, you can set aside a certain amount of money every month without even lifting a finger. It's the ultimate and forget its strategy. And the best part, you won't even miss the money you're saving. There are many ways to automate your savings. You can set up a direct deposit to transfer a portion of your paycheck into a separate savings account. Or you can use an app that rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar and saves the difference. Tip 2, use cashback and rewards programs. Who doesn't love getting rewards and cashback for their purchases? Did you know that you can use cashback and rewards programs to your advantage and save money on things you're already buying? Cashback programs work by giving you a percentage of your purchase back in the form of cash or points. Rewards programs, on the other hand, offer incentives like discounts, freebies, or points that can be redeemed for merchandise or travel. Many credit cards, retailers, and apps offer cashback and rewards programs that can help you save money on everyday purchases. So before you make a purchase, make sure to check if there's a rewards program or cashback offer available, but be careful not to fall into the trap of overspending just to earn more rewards or cashback. Stick to your budget and only make purchases that you need. Tip 3, track your spending and create a budget. Do you know where your money goes every month? It's important to keep track of your spending to understand your habits and identify areas where you can save. Creating a budget may seem daunting, but it's an essential step towards financial stability. Start by tracking your expenses for a few weeks or a month. You can use a spreadsheet or a budgeting app to help you keep track of your spending. Once you have a clear picture of your spending habits, it's time to create a budget. Make sure to prioritize your needs like rent, groceries, and bills before allocating funds for wants like dining out or shopping. Remember, a budget is not about restricting yourself, but rather about being intentional with your spending and making sure you have enough money for the things that matter to you. You can also set goals for yourself, like saving for a vacation or paying off debt, and allocate funds accordingly. By sticking to your budget and tracking your spending, you'll be able to reach your financial goals and live within your means. Tip 4. Reduce your fixed expenses. As we all know, bills and expenses are a part of life. However, did you know that you can actually negotiate some of your fixed expenses and find alternative options to save money? That's right. And this tip can make a significant difference in your overall budget. Start by reviewing your monthly bills and identifying areas where you can negotiate. For example, call your cable or internet provider and ask if they have any promotions or discounts that you could take advantage of. Or if you're not happy with your car insurance premium, shop around and compare prices from different providers. Another option is to look for alternative options that can help you save money. For instance, you could switch to a cheaper cell phone plan or cut your gym membership by working out at home. Tip 5. Prioritize your spending. As you work on your financial goals, it's important to identify your values and prioritize your spending accordingly. What's truly important to you? Is it traveling the world? Saving for retirement? Paying off debt? Once you've identified your values and long-term goals, it becomes easier to prioritize your spending and make decisions that align with your values. Take a moment to reflect on what really matters to you. Perhaps it's spending time with family, pursuing a passion project, or supporting a cause you believe in. Whatever it may be, keep these values at the forefront of your mind as you make spending decisions. By prioritizing your spending based on your values and long-term goals, you can create a more meaningful and fulfilling life while also achieving financial success. So take some time to reflect on what's truly important to you and let that guide your spending decisions going forward. It's important to remember that overspending can be a difficult habit to break, but it's not impossible. By implementing the tips we've discussed today, you can start taking control of your finances and working towards your financial goals. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes and slip up every once in a while, but don't let that discourage you. Stay focused on your goals and use the tools and strategies we've talked about to keep yourself on track.